What? I'm I am so.
Oh my god, the delay was crazy.
No, Lili, you stupid bitch! Hey everyone, so I am a newer Tekken player and I main Lili. I'm making this video because I wanted to shed a little light on some of the issues that I'm having with the character and that I think most Lili players have as well. Lili has a lot of hitbox issues and she's also missing like key moves that every character like has, good mid pokes and like a fast counter hit, and it really is like taking a toll on her gameplay and where she is on the tier list. So here's her 3, her back 1, her down forward 3, her down forward 1, her down 2-2, her forward 1+2, her down forward 4, and then quarter circle forward 1. So first, the infamous down forward 1. I've seen Lili's complain about this since the game came out. It's terrible. It's not usable. Then she has her standing 3, which is -3 on hit. It also knocks the opponent pretty far, so they can backstep any mix-up, air quotes, that Lili wanted or wants to do afterwards. This also really wouldn't be a poke because it's -11 on hit. It's punishable, so you can't use it in the neutral because your turn is up. She does have 3-1, which is a great move, but it's punishable. And then she has 3-2, which is the high follow-up, but it's 27 frames and duckable, so you're not going to be able to use this in the neutral. Then she has down forward 3+4, which isn't really a poke, but I see lots of Lilis use it, like the lower Lilis, because of little like mix-up she can do. Not real either. You can simply just sidestep every option she does after this move, like literally every option, sidestep, block, and you'll be fine. So then I did her down 2-2, which is -10 on block, which means it's again punishable, so you can't really use that in neutral. Then her down 2 is -7, so you can't really use that either. And then the follow-ups after these, there's no counter hit property, so both are unsafe, so there's no reason to use this in the neutral. Back 1 would be Lili's best mid poke, air quotes. I say air quotes because the poke is 17 frames and that really doesn't classify as a poke. At 17 frames you can launch. Her down forward 2 is 16 frames, it's a launcher. So at 17 to 16 frames I should be launching, not poking. Add a horn is 17 frames, so at 17 frames I should be launching, not really poking. So down 3 is Lili's go-to low poke. It's 19 frames, pretty good range, 2.7, but it's only +1 on hit. Lots of characters have similar low pokes like in the frame range where it's 18, 19, but it's way more plus, but I guess it's because it's like shorter range. But I mean, at this, like when you do a low poke, you're kind of like trying to get in offensively. On counter hit, these low pokes are like this. The counter hits for these pokes are huge. It's +18, +14. And then Anna's is a whole knockdown. Lili's counter hit for this sweep, which they just added in Season 4, is just their normal hit attack. So, yeah. This move from Anna is actually -15, which I want to go into because, like I said, it's +5 like on hit, and it's fairly quick. It's faster than the other ones. It's 16 frames, which is huge. But you cannot press after it. Like if you were to press after that, you would kind of just eat whatever attacks you wanted, so you literally have to block or sidestep. showing you here, like no matter what you do, you're gonna get hit unless you block or sidestep. Lili, her down forward 4/4, the last hit of that is negative 15, and it makes no sense to me because on hit, it's simply +1. Why would you be negative 15 if it's like the reward is +1? And on counter, it's just +6. Now, I inserted these clips because there's a handful of characters with like 3-hit counter hit strings. Like if the first one hits on counter hit, the whole string is like 3, it's just 3 hits. These are the ones I know off the top of my head. Julie's 1-on-1, I have another input for Raven. And then Kunimitsu has one as well, where you get hit with the first attack on counter hit, then the whole string is free. Now, I think Lili could have this with her back to 1/1+2. Yeah, back to 1/1+2. The string that I'm showing here would be great as like a first hit, counter hit, whole string thing because it's really not that much damage, and the range on her back 2 is like 1.4, maybe 1.5. It's very short range. So it really wouldn't be that huge if she had that whole string counter hit. Speaking of counter hits, the girl barely has any. She has no counter hit screws in any of her strings, which means that the opponent can press freely and nothing will like really happen to them. I'm just going to show you guys all the screws that she has, and none of them actually counter hit. I mean, screw on counter hit. They only screw like aerial. And then the counter hit screws that she does have, or just attacks she does have, are really chunky, like her 4/3, 20 frames. Her down back 3, 20 frames, and then her down 4/3 I didn't put, but is also 20 frames. Now she does have her back turn 2, which is 14 frames. It's good, but you rarely will get this counter hit, and it also knocks really far from the opponent, so it makes it hard to get like good damage combos. And the ones that are good damage are really inconsistent. For example, this I think is her max damage combo. It's 72. It's really difficult to do in general, but especially online. And if you really want to be consistent, you have to opt for something that's way simpler, like this, into the wall rising 2, 4, 3, 2 to 3, 2, 3, and that's only 56 damage. So the biggest thing I want to see for Lili is her back 1, maybe being like 14, 15 frames, just so it's more of a poke. I mean, 15 is really pushing it for a poke, but 14 frames just so you can actually use it, because at 17 frames, it's too big to be classified as a poke. Also, her down 2/2 string, if that could be faster, like 15 startup, and then not -4 on hit, but more like neutral. And then on block, it could be like -5, so you could actually use it and it's viable. Also, to make one of the extensions a counter hit, because it doesn't make any sense for them not to be. And then her down forward 4/4, the second hit should not be -15. Like, there's no reward for you landing it. It's simply +1. It makes no sense for it to be -15. Also, it doesn't do anything. Like, there's no reason for it to be -15. And finally, for Lili, I'd want her back turn 2 to be a forward-facing move. She doesn't really have many back turn transitions for you to really land this as a counter hit, and it's pretty fast and it's safe on block, so it's kind of what she'd need. Of course, I have other things, but I wanted to keep this video fairly short, so thanks for watching.